Number 15. Japan, the land where the past and future coexist. Japan is an island nation located on the eastern edge of Asia, stretching over 1,800 miles along the Pacific Ocean. The territory consists of 4 main islands: Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu, along with thousands of other smaller islands. Most of the area is mountainous. Therefore, cities are mainly concentrated in narrow coastal plains. This geographical structure makes the country relatively isolated from the mainland, while remaining heavily dependent on the sea for trade and livelihoods. Japan is situated on the Pacific Ring of Fire, where tectonic plates meet. Consequently, earthquakes and volcanoes are familiar natural phenomena. More than 100 volcanoes remain active, including the famous icon Mount Fuji. Harsh natural conditions have forced society to develop earthquake-resistant construction standards, early warning systems, and a culture of disaster response educated from a young age. Parallel to this preparedness is a high-tech society. The Shinkansen bullet trains operate with near-absolute precision, while many Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples still maintain centuries-old rituals. Tradition and modernity do not exist separately, but are interspersed within the same living space. It is this balance that creates a Japan that is both quiet in its historical depth and constantly moving toward the future. Number 14. The sacred mountain closed to women for centuries. In the middle of the Japanese Ocean, there is an island so special that women have been forbidden from setting foot on it for over 1,000 years. That is Okinoshima, a small piece of land just off the coast of Fukuoka Prefecture, with an area of only about 0.38 square miles, no permanent residents, and no tourism infrastructure, yet it is considered one of the most sacred sites in Japanese Shintoism. For centuries, Okinoshima has been associated with the belief in worshipping the sea god by sailors and merchants traveling the ancient maritime route between Japan and the Korean peninsula. According to tradition, women are not allowed to set foot on the island. Men who wish to come here must undergo a purification ritual with seawater before coming ashore, and when they leave, they are not allowed to take anything with them. Experiences on the island are also not to be told indiscriminately as a way to preserve its full sanctity. What makes Okinoshima special lies not only in its strict rules, but also in what was found beneath the soil of the primeval forest. Approximately 80,000 votive offerings dating from the 4th to the 9th centuries, including bronze mirrors, gold rings, beads, and sophisticated ritual items. These findings show that this place was once an important ritual center linked to the ancient East Asian regional trade network. In 2017, the complex sacred island of Okinoshima and associated sites in the Munakata region was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Amidst the silence of the sea waves and the forest trees, Okinoshima still maintains its ancient rituals, a space where faith, history, and isolation blend in a way that is uniquely Japanese. Number 13. Jigokudani, where snow monkeys soak amidst winter. Located deep in a narrow valley in Yamanouchi, Nagano, Jigokudani Yaenkoen appears as a world apart whenever winter covers the forest in white snow. Amidst the frozen space, the ground emits ethereal steam from geothermal hot springs. The reason this place is called Hell Valley. But the symbol of Jigokudani is not the steam or the thick snow, but the Japanese macaques, Macaca fuscata, sitting and soaking in natural onsens. This is the primate population living at the northernmost latitude in the world. When temperatures drop, they utilize the hot water to stay warm and reduce physiological stress. a rare form of behavioral adaptation seen in nature. Established in 1964 within the Yoshinetsu Kogen National Park, the park serves as both a conservation model and a way to change perceptions of a monkey species once considered a nuisance. The onsen pools here are not just a place to escape the cold, but also a social stage where hierarchy, infant care, and subtle interactions are most clearly displayed. Amidst the White Valley, the image of snow monkeys quietly sitting in the warm mist becomes a testament to the intelligence and miraculous adaptability of nature. Number 12. Geisha and Sumo. Traditions living in human form. Amidst the city lights and modern pace of life, Japan still retains two strange stages. One, where even the slight vibration of a string is enough to change the atmosphere, and another, where salt falling onto the ring carries the meaning of a ritual. Geisha, often called Geiko in Kyoto with apprentices known as Maiko, are artists who perform music, dance, and the art of etiquette at formal parties. This tradition took clear shape during the Edo period, with a rigorous multi-year training process in the shamisen, ancient songs, tea ceremonies, and communication protocols. In Gion, Kyoto, the profession is still preserved as a living system of discipline, where beauty does not come from the attire, but from skills and standards refined to the point of being almost invisible. Sumo is the same. It looks like a contest of strength, but its core is deeply rooted in Shintoism. Before competing, wrestlers perform purifying movements such as scattering salt, stomping their feet, and clapping their hands. The dohyo ring is considered a temporarily sanctified space. Therefore, each sumo match is both a sport and a public ritual, where strength must go hand in hand with order and honor. These two traditions give viewers more than just a performance. They show how Japan turns discipline into culture and skill into dignity. And what makes people most curious is, in an era where everything changes fast, why are those ancient rules still powerful enough to make an entire society pause and look? Number 11. Nikko, Royal Heritage amidst the mountains and forests. The city of Nikko, in Tochigi Prefecture, is home to a complex of temples and shrines, recognized by UNESCO in 1999. Most prominent is Toshogu Shrine, the mausoleum of Tokugawa Ieyasu, the founder of the Tokugawa shogunate in the early 17th century. Unlike many Shinto shrines that have a simple style, Toshogu is elaborately decorated with painted wood carvings and gold leaf. The image of the three monkeys who hear no evil, speak no evil, and see no evil appearing here has become a familiar cultural symbol. The temple complex is located amidst an ancient cedar forest, where architecture blends into nature according to traditional concepts. Nikko is not only a pilgrimage site, but also reflects the political power of the Tokugawa era, when art and religion were used to affirm the legitimacy of a dynasty. In that quiet space, history is not just retold, but preserved in wood, stone, and light. Number 10. Yakushima, the 1,000-year-old ancient cedar forest of the Lord. In southern Japan, Yakushima Island stands out with its mysterious primeval forests and diverse ecosystems, recognized by UNESCO as a World Natural Heritage Site since 1993. This place is famous for its ancient Yakusugi cedar trees, with an estimated lifespan of 3,000 to 3,500 years. Legend even has it that some trees have lived for over 7,000 years, meaning they existed even before the Egyptian pyramids were built. Over time, the roots of these ancient trees have risen above the ground, twisting into impressive shapes. The near-absolute humidity causes green moss to cover everything, from tree trunks and boulders to every step in the forest, creating the feeling of stepping into another world. The Shiratani Unsuikyo moss forest on the island was also the inspiration for the setting of the animated film Princess Mononoke by Studio Ghibli, making Yakushima a symbol of a rare remaining pristine ecosystem. The entire scene carries an almost legendary tone, both wild and cinematic. Not only rich in flora, Yakushima is also home to many rare bird species threatened globally, such as the Ryukyu robin or the Izu thrush. The island is also home to unique animals like the Yaku monkey and Yaku deer, contributing to a unique biological tapestry found only in Yakushima. Yakushima Island also possesses waterfalls with some of the purest water in the world. The water flows directly from vertical cliffs into the sea, creating a majestic and unusual landscape. It is the harmony between time and nature that makes Yakushima a favorite destination for many filmmakers and artists. The feeling here is like accidentally stepping into a biological time machine, bringing humans back to the early days of Earth, carrying a true Hollywood quality. Those who love taking photos will surely fall in love with the corners that are both poetic and mysterious, as if in a movie, or simply walking among the trees and listening to birdsong is enough to make your heart feel light. Number 9. Instant noodles, the small invention that changed mankind. You might be surprised to know that the instant noodles used by the whole world today are the result of one of the most important inventions in 20th century food technology. After World War II, Japan fell into a state of serious food shortage. In that context, the need for a type of food that was cheap, could be preserved for a long time, and was quick to prepare became urgent. From those circumstances, the idea for instant noodles was born. A Japanese businessman named Momofuku Ando Ors, during a dinner, noticed his wife using frying oil to cook food, and he immediately came up with a bold idea. He immediately spent many months diligently experimenting in a small kitchen, constantly changing the way he processed wheat flour and spices to create a product that was both convenient and nutritious enough for a simple meal. Thanks to that, in 1958, the first packs of instant noodles were officially sold on the market. Initially, the price was high compared to traditional fresh noodles, but over time, as the production process was optimized, instant noodles quickly became widely popular. Today, instant noodles appear everywhere, from family kitchens, student dormitories, and convenience stores to disaster relief areas. A dish that requires only a few minutes of preparation has become a quick lifesaver for countless different situations. From a small invention, born during a difficult period, instant noodles gradually became a symbol of the practical and flexible creativity of the Japanese people. In Ikeda City, Osaka, the Momofuku Ando Instant Ramen Museum recreates the shack where he experimented hundreds of times, displays the history of instant noodle development, and has an area for visitors to design their own cup of noodles as they like. All of this shows how an idea that seems simple can shape eating habits on a global scale. Number 8. Nagoro, the village of dolls, replacing the deceased. In a remote valley on Shikoku Island in western Japan, there is a very special small village called Nagoro. Although surrounded by poetic mountains, fresh air, and peaceful scenery, this place still evokes a lonely, quiet feeling, to the point of being eerie because of the absence of human shadows. Previously, Nagoro once had more than 300 residents, living mainly by forestry and agriculture. Since the 1960s, when industry and technology boomed, the younger generation began leaving the village for big cities to make a living and find opportunities to change their lives. Those who stayed, mostly the elderly, also gradually passed away. Over time, Nagoro became lonely and desolate. In that context, a woman in the village began making cloth dolls, each doll recreating the appearance, profession, or habits of a person who used to live here. A doll sits at a bus stop, where in the past there were always people waiting. Another doll appears in a closed classroom. A few more people stand by the fence, next to the field, sit in wheelchairs, or lean in front of the porch. Gradually, the number of dolls increased, to the point of far exceeding the number of real residents remaining in the village. The scene in Nagoro thus creates a feeling that is both strange and frightening. The dolls, sitting silently in spaces originally meant for humans, make it feel as if the flow of time has stopped. However, when the story behind those mannequins is understood, everyone cannot help but be moved and feel pity for a countryside that is gradually being abandoned. This has turned Nagoro into one of the strangest villages in Japan, while also being a unique tourist destination where visitors can clearly feel the intersection between loneliness, nostalgia, and the silent affection for the homeland of the land of the rising sun. Number 7. Hokkaido, the cold land where civilization is swallowed by nature. Considered the cradle of Western culture in the heart of Japan, Hokkaido bears the bold marks of Western architecture and lifestyle, but still retains the very unique identity of Japanese culture. Hokkaido is a famous tourist destination with countless interesting experiences, from the stunningly beautiful lavender fields in Furano and the pristine Shiratoko World Heritage Site to the snow-covered steppes, coniferous forests, and extinct volcanoes stretching out almost devoid of people. In the middle of winter, small towns sometimes look like they are being swallowed by a sea of white snow, cold winds, and pale gray skies. Daily life here is forced to adjust according to the rhythm of falling snow. From means of transportation and housing architecture to the way of living, everything is designed to adapt to the harsh climate and enormous amounts of snow. Beside the majestic nature, Hokkaido is also a sacred land associated with the culture of the Ainu people. Before the Japanese expanded their territory to the north in the 19th century, the Ainu had lived on this land for thousands of years. They hunted bears, caught salmon, and picked forest berries, living in harmony with nature as an inseparable part of all things. To them, every stream and every mountain has a soul. The Ainu have the Iomante ritual, a bear spirit sending off ceremony to return the animal's soul to the world of the gods. In their view, life is a covenant between humans and nature, based on respect and gratitude. The Opapoi National Ainu Museum and Park in Shiroi is where artifacts are displayed. Ainu language classes are organized, and drum performances, brocade weaving, and festivals rich in identity are held, helping the Ainu culture be retold in their own voice. People often say, whatever Tokyo has, Hokkaido has it too, and more. A modern life interwoven with vast nature has made Hokkaido strangely attractive. It is not hard to understand why this land is considered by many to be one of the most livable prefectures in Japan. Number 6. Mausoleums larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza. It is hard to believe that in Japan there are ancient, giant, and grand mausoleums no less than those of the Egyptian kings. That is the Kofun burial mound complex in the city of Sakai, near Osaka, the second largest city in Japan. The largest mausoleum is Daisen Kofun, about 1,594 feet long, and surrounded by 3 layers of moats. This project was built over 16 years, with about 2,000 workers working every day, totaling nearly 7 million man-days mobilized to complete the mausoleum. Daisen Kofun is the burial place of Emperor Nintoku, the 16th Emperor of Japan, and is considered one of the largest tombs in the world. Seen from above, the entire structure looks like a giant keyhole located in the middle of a modern urban area. According to Mr. Kurahashi, the person in charge of the Sakai Museum, this special shape is a symbol of power and wealth created from 2 parts. The circular head is where the coffin is placed, and the trapezoidal body behind it is the area for funeral rituals. The coffin was made of stone, and the deceased was buried with many assets such as jewelry, gold, silver, precious stones, weapons, armor. Surrounding the mausoleum of Emperor Nintoku are smaller tombs of royal family members. These burial mounds were built with large stones and then covered with soil, looking from afar like low hills. Social status at that time was clearly expressed through the size of the tomb. The smaller the kofun, the less power the owner had. Today, tourists, archaeologists, and even the current Japanese royal family are not allowed to enter the main tomb area, the resting place of the emperors, but can only stand in front of the gate leading to the burial mound, or observe the panoramic view of the mausoleum from above. The Japanese believe that these ancient burial mounds are the dwelling places of the souls of royal family members, a sacred place that cannot be violated. Number 5. Naruto Strait, the largest whirlpool system in the world. The Naruto Strait is located between Naruto City, Tokushima Prefecture, and Awaji Island, where the Seto Inland Sea and the Kii Channel meet. The whirlpool phenomenon here is formed due to a sea level difference of up to 5 feet between the 2 water regions when the tide changes. This is one of the 3 strongest tidal currents in the world, along with the Strait of Messina and Seymour Narrows. The flow velocity at the Naruto Strait can reach over 12 miles per hour during spring tides, the highest level in Japan. In spring and autumn, the whirlpools can reach a maximum diameter of 66 feet, recorded as the world's largest whirlpools in terms of size. These whirlpools appear according to the tidal cycle, usually twice a day, with the strongest intensity around the time of the full moon or new moon. Visitors can observe this phenomenon from the 1,476-foot-long Uzu no Michi walkway, built under the Onaruto Bridge at a height of 148 feet above sea level. The floor of the corridor is designed with tempered glass panels to directly observe the water funnels from above. In addition, high-speed sightseeing boat services or glass-bottom boats allow close access to the whirlpool range to study the flow structure and gain practical experience. Number 4. Underground Tokyo, a complex underground infrastructure system. Beneath the ground of Tokyo is a giant infrastructure network, including 13 subway lines with more than 280 stations, serving billions of passengers every year. Directly connected to these stations are underground cities such as Shinjuku Subnada or Yaesu, integrating thousands of retail stores, restaurants, and pedestrian walkways. This system helps optimize the surface area of one of the urban areas with the highest population density in the world. The most impressive engineering work is G-CANS, the world's largest flood control system, located 164 feet deep underground in Saitama Prefecture. The system includes 5 giant vertical silos, 213 feet high, a 3.9-mile-long tunnel, and a main water storage tank with 59 concrete pillars weighing 550 tons each. G-Cans has the capacity to discharge 220 tons of water per second into the Edo River through high-capacity gas turbine pumps. The underground network also includes technical infrastructure tunnels containing power cables, water pipes, and gas pipes, helping to minimize damage during earthquakes. These spaces are strictly controlled for temperature and humidity through smart sensors. The multifunctional integration, from transportation and commerce to disaster prevention, helps Tokyo maintain stable operations despite extreme weather conditions. Number 3. Host clubs, the dream hunters in the Kabukicho night. When the sun sets and the neon signs begin to dance, in Kabukicho, a world of glamour and mystery begins to wake up. Host clubs. Here, romance is no longer a matter of fate, but a luxury gift meticulously packaged. Young men with surreal beauty, as if stepping out of comic book pages, will wait for you, ready to weave the sweetest compliments and the gentlest care you have ever dreamed of. Women come here to buy a ticket to become a queen in their own dream. Amidst the sparkling champagne towers and the sound of laughter, all the fatigue of everyday life seems to vanish. They pay a lot of money, not for strong drinks, but for the feeling of being listened to, comforted, and loved. A kind of spiritual opium in the heart of a dry urban area, where every flirtation is turned into a healing medicine through art. However, behind that flashy appearance is a questioning concern about loneliness in modern society. Host clubs are the mirror reflecting the deepest human desires for connection. When the dawn breaks and the champagne towers are only a memory, people suddenly realize that in the middle of a brilliant Tokyo, dreams bought with money, no matter how sweet, are only magnificent illusions that help them continue through long, lonely days. Number 2. Hashima, the lonely battleship in the heart of the ocean. Amidst the deep blue sea of Nagasaki, Hashima Island appears like a giant battleship made of gray concrete, imposing and melancholy. Once dubbed the place with the highest population density on the planet in the 1960s, this island was an industrial wonder, where thousands of workers and their families lived squeezed together in high-rise reinforced concrete buildings to mine coal under the deep seabed. Seen from afar, its special shape gives it a powerful name, Gunkanjima, Battleship Island. However, when the coal era collapsed, Hashima was suddenly abandoned in 1974, leaving behind an intact city but without a single person. For half a century, sea winds and salt have eroded the corridors, turning this place into a true ghost city. Classrooms with decayed desks and chairs, broken televisions, and personal belongings lying scattered create a space so silent it is haunting, where time seems to have frozen at the exact moment the last human breath left. Today, Hashima emerges as a hauntingly eerie tourist destination, attracting souls who desire to explore the beauty of desolation. The ruined concrete blocks, standing tall amidst the murmuring waves, create a scene that is both tragic and poetic, a reminder of a glorious but also harsh past. Stepping onto the island, you will feel the chill of history soaking into your skin, arousing extreme curiosity about a civilization swallowed by the ocean and time. Number 1. Descendants of the Sun, the secret of the longevity of the Japanese royal family. Japan possesses a priceless historical treasure that no other country in the world has, the longest continuous royal dynasty on the planet. Originating from the ancient Yamato period, the royal bloodline has flowed continuously for over 2,600 years, creating an immortal symbol of endurance. While other great empires in the world have successively collapsed or changed their names, Japan still maintains a single link from the dawn of history to the present day. What makes this existence even more magical and poetic is the belief in a divine origin. According to mythology and traditional beliefs, the Japanese emperor is not just a mortal, but a direct descendant of the sun goddess Amaterasu. This concept covers the royal family in a fascinating spiritual aura, turning each emperor into a sacred link between the earthly world and the world of the gods, between a heroic past and the radiant reality of the land of the rising sun. Today, although no longer holding actual political power, the Japanese emperor still stands tall as a supreme symbol of unity and national identity. In the midst of a modern Japan with advanced technology, the royal family still maintains ancient rituals and a calm demeanor, like a bridge connecting strict traditional values and the busy pace of life. It is not just a political institution, but the soul of a nation, where the breath of myth still weaves through every heartbeat of contemporary life. As our journey through Japan comes to an end, what remains is a nation shaped by earthquakes, seasons, and centuries of disciplined tradition. From quiet shrines to hyper-modern cities, Japan moves constantly between heritage and innovation. Which side of Japan stayed with you the most? If you enjoyed this exploration, like, subscribe, and continue discovering remarkable places around the world with us.